Welcome back students in part 2 of today's lecture. In previous lecture we have discussed about the 7 fundamental quantities and their units. So here whatever units are written, they are in SI system. Okay. Actually the units, whatever units we are taking to measure the physical quantities, these units are represented by 4 types of systems. Okay. These are MKS, FPS, CGS and SI. Internationally and globally accepted system is SI system. So whatever units we have discussed here, they all are in SI system. Okay. The units which are used here to represent the fundamental physical quantities, they are called fundamental units, and the units which we use to measure the derived quantities, they are called the derived units. Okay. As I have told you that basically 4 types of systems are there of unit, in which SI is the internationally and globally accepted. So that system we will discuss in detail, and before that let's discuss other systems also in very short. Okay. You just know the full form of these units. Okay, and that is enough for you. So CGS system. In CGS system, C stands for centimeter, G stands for gram, and S for second. Okay. So in CGS system, the length is measured in centimeter, mass in gram, and time in second. Basically, fundamental quantities are of 7 types, but out of them, three quantities, that is length, mass and time, they are the base, and without them no object, no dimension can be expressed. So you must have noticed that in our system also the name is based on these 3 quantities. Okay. Then MKS, here also length is expressed by meter, mass with kilogram, and S with second. Okay, so here also we are measuring length, mass and time. Then MKS system is further advanced and it converted into SI system. So SI system is derived from MKS system only. MKS system was the basic system, and when we have done some corrections, some advanced form, we have form of MKS system, then we get the SI system. So SI system is called ordered MKS system. Okay, it is the advanced form of MKS system. Then last one is FPS, where length is measured in foot, mass in pound and time in second. So that's why it is called FPS system. So here the name of the systems are based on 3 quantities, that is length, mass and time. Now let's see some general rules or instructions for writing units and their symbols. So the first point I have told you earlier, that a unit is always written in small case even if it happens to be the name of a scientist. Okay. So the full name of unit is written in small case. Second, the symbol for units are written in lower case. However, if the unit is the name of a scientist, its symbol starts with capital letter. So these 2 points we have already discussed. Then third, the symbols of units are never suffixed by a full stop unless it is the end of a sentence. Like if you have to write 1 kg of onion is bought by anyone. So if that 1 kg is in the middle of any sentence, you cannot put full stop after kg sign. If it is at the end of the sentence, then only you can put any special symbol like full stop, comma, etc. Otherwise, no suffix is required. Then fourth, symbol of a unit or the unit is always written in singular form and never in plural form. Like for 1 meter you write m, 1 m. For 50 meter also you write 50 m, not 50 ms, ms. Meters we will not write. Okay, if it is in full form, then it's different case. But symbol is never in plural form. If you are writing full form of meter, then you can write meters. Okay, if you are writing full form of ampere, then you can write amperes. But if you are writing it in symbols, you cannot write in plural form. Okay, then fifth point, more than one solidus is not used in a unit. For example, it is written there that thermal conductivity, the unit is written as volt per meter Kelvin and not as volt per meter per Kelvin. So like one thing upon second thing upon third thing, it is not possible. This is the wrong way of writing. Okay, only one solidus can be used in the unit. Then sixth point, prefix symbols indicating the multiples and submultiple of units are written in proper case without any space with the unit. Prefix can't be used alone, it should have a proper unit attached with it. Okay, so any quantity when we are showing, so it should be attached with a proper unit. Without the unit, the quantity doesn't matter. If you simply write any number and don't specify the unit, so it will be a wrong way of writing it. Okay, any quantity, when you are representing or showing any quantity, you must write unit of that quantity. Okay, without that it will be wrong. Now one more thing, let me tell you that why SI unit is globally accepted. So first of all, the SI unit is very convenient to use. Like for energy, in SI unit, whatever type of energy is there, the unit for energy is joules. Okay, but in case of CGS system, it is not the same case. Okay, in CGS system, for heat energy there is different unit, for kinetic energy there is different unit. Okay, they both are the form of energy, but their units are different. But in case of SI system, whatever type of energy is there, kinetic or heat or potential or any other type of energy, its unit is same. So first thing, its use is very easy, very convenient it is. Then second thing, the base in SI unit is 10. Okay, like when we have to convert 1 kg into gram, we simply have to multiply it with 1000 gram. Okay, but in other quantities that is not the same case. In other quantities, when we have to convert a larger unit into smaller one or a smaller unit into larger one, we have to do so many complicated multiplication and division, etc. But in SI unit, because the base is 10, so we simply have to divide or multiply it with 10, 100, 1000, etc., and which is very easy way. Okay, if you have to write if you have to convert meter in kilogram, you simply divide it by 1000. If you have to convert centimeter into meter, so what you do, divide the quantity with 100. If you have to convert meter into centimeter, multiply the quantity with 100. So here 100, 1000, 10, these are the bases. So the numerical work, the calculation work becomes very easy. Because of this type of reasons only, the SI system is internationally accepted. So this is it for today's lecture. We will meet in another lecture. Till then, you continue your study, do revision more and more. Take care and do some productive work.